Welcome to my desk tour and desk makeover or craft area tour. So this video is going to be split up in different parts, and I'm going to leave the different parts on my screen. It's going to include the makeover part of the video, as well as the different parts of the tour around my little craft space, as well as my geeky nook up there. So just click and skip or just enjoy the whole video. Hello guys, so this is basically the reality of my desk situation. But I'm gonna give all of this a huge makeover, as you could probably tell from the first clip. So this is what my desk looks like 99% of the time. It's totally cluttered with books and random stuff. But I managed to somehow always have this one working space where I make the stuff I need to make. But it's long overdue for a makeover. So now the table has been cleared of all the clutter. Some of it is just on the bed, but most of it I managed to sort out. And now you can actually see what the tabletop is made out of. This is actually a customized piece of wood I got made from my father-in-law made for me. So it fits perfectly to the little space we have in our bedroom. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is take this outside and paint it white so it fits with the drawer situation we have. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So now the table has been painted and it already looks a lot better than before. There's a few mistakes here and there, like this little bump we have right here, but that's just what happens when you paint stuff yourself. But other than that, it looks perfect, and it already seems so much area in here, which is what I intended to do. So now it's time to style the space. So here is the desk after the transformation. So obviously I kind of cleaned it all up, so it looks pretty nice right now, and I also painted the tabletop. So now it feels a lot brighter and lighter in here, and now I can basically show you how it all looks. And I think I will quickly include my little nerdy, what is it called? My nerdy setup, all my merchandise and stuff, because I just like that. So the first thing we have right here is my big shaman plush. It makes me so happy. It's an anniversary plush and it's a mochi plush. It just makes me happy. And he sits on top of my Canon Pixma printer. And here is the number for you if you are interested. As well as some of my art pieces, which is sitting right on top. And most of the things I have stored under here is for the printer or making something related to paper or packaging. So the first drawer we have up here is all my normal printer paper, some plastic sleeves that fits printer paper, some laminates, and sticker printer paper and glossy photo paper. All that good stuff. I have this up here. And the next one is pretty full at the moment, but that's because I'm saving things up for a convention. So this is all of my packaging. So I keep paper bags in here, smaller bags, plastic bags, stickers to seal the bags up with, which I have right here, and boxes to carry like small figurines and stuff, and apparently again some batteries. I keep all of that in here. Next up is my paper stash for card making. So I have my mat and so many different types of papers, thick ones, thin ones, a lot of fun ones. And I also keep stamps and a few decorations in here as well. And of course these to make things pop. I don't know why I mentioned that, but they're pretty fun. And this is probably the most fun one to the people that know what I make. So I do conventions and sell the different things I make, and this is basically my little storage unit for things like my sticker packs, my resin jewelry, my polymer clay charms and potions and such, and pins, and also all the random items I've collected over the years that I need to put into some mystery bags. So yeah, this is probably my favorite one, and everything just fits in here perfectly. I got these from Flying Tiger if you are interested in purchasing them yourself. They are really nice to store small things in. The next one is kind of miscellaneous things, but I have some display things and my laminator and some paper for schoolwork and a few boxes that I can decorate and make fun stuff with. And this one is also kind of miscellaneous, but here I have my candle making things as well as some embroidery things since I'm getting into doing embroidery. And I also have something for my setup in this one as well. So that is it for the big unit, and this is from IKEA. All of my units are from IKEA, and I highly recommend them. They are so easy to sort your things in and makes it easier to find them. So yeah. And here we have the next unit, and this is actually supporting my tabletop I have on, and that is what the other one is doing as well. And these are also from IKEA, and in the first one I store kind of practical things like tape, measuring tape, hole punches with different fun sizes or just the regular ones, and staples, and yeah, a few memo cards and such. Just things for paper organization in general. I think that's what you call it. So I just store all of that in this one. And in these units I also use these dividers, and these are specially made for these units, so they fit perfectly inside the drawers. And I love to use them because you can categorize all the items you keep in them. I think I'll leave links to both the IKEA units I'm using as well as these dividers because they are a lifesaver in organizing my clutter. Here in the next one we have another packaging related drawer. So in this I keep my organza bags, more bags of both plastic and paper, more stickers and tissue paper, all that good stuff. These are more decorative than the others, I think. And yeah, more plastic bags. And right now I apparently have some stickers lying around, so that's fun. Now, the next few are kind of I like to refer to it as craft clutter because I like to do a lot of different things and mixed media, so these are just like, I can see what I have in them, but it's not a specific category. So in here I just have my glue gun and some different projects that I can work on, and some cardstock paper, just a lot of fun things. And the same goes for the next one here. This is also just kind of miscellaneous things for miscellaneous projects, but it is stuff I use on a yearly basis, not a weekly basis. For that I have some different drawers you'll see later on, but this will do just for all the other things I have. And the one I have in the bottom is for all my paint supplies, so we're talking acrylic paint mainly, and also some fabric paint. Hello there, foot. And brushes and foam brushes, just everything for working with paint I could fit in here, so it's just kept in here. Now we are moving on to some very fun territory, or at least to me, because these are the most organized drawers I have at the moment, and these are very specific categories. So the first one, again, has this dividers in it, and this is all my resin supplies. And as you can probably tell, I should probably get another drawer for my resin supplies, because it's taking up a lot of space. So I keep all my glitters and pigments, powder pigments, in this one. And all these smaller decorations for bigger pieces or bezels I keep in here. Just a lot of fun stuff. I get most of the things I have in here from Miniature Suite, so I'm gonna link that website down below if you are interested in purchasing anything. I would highly recommend them. Their shipping is just quite pricey at the moment, so, but they will change that once the world returns to normal, I think. Here in the next one we have all my bezels, as well as my molds, silicone molds. Pigments that you dilute, so they're like liquid pigments. And back here I keep like my mat, my UV torch, and some bigger things like mixing cups and all that stuff. The next one I have is like an old favorite of mine. I always keep coming back to this media, and it is my polymer clay drawer. Like, it's very simple things you need to make polymer clay creations, but like you can make anything with so little, if you know what I mean. So I store all my clay back here in a plastic bag, even though it's like a bakeable clay. It will oxidize if you leave it out and will be kind of ruined, so I need to put these back actually. In here I also have some silicone molds to make like cookies, faces, other small stuff that would take way too long to do by hand, as well as some liquid clay, some Vaseline I use as clay softener, and some polymer clay canes. That was fun to say. I also keep like my tools, like knives and rollers and toothbrush and dotting tool, all that great stuff. And also, this is a life hack, guys. I bought this years ago, so I don't know if it's something they sell anymore. I can't open it right now. But it's a remover pen for nail polish. And if you don't know, polymer clay gets so much dust on it. And a lot of people recommend to use like acetone on your creations. And that is what this one uses. And it's in a pen form, so it's genius. I love it so much. So that's it for the polymer clay one. So even though I mainly craft, I also enjoy to like draw and paint and such things every now and then. So that's what I have in this drawer. I'm a huge fan of pro markers. They're like my favorite to-go marker. And I have a decent collection, I think, especially like in consideration that I don't draw a lot. But I really enjoy these. They are perfect. And yeah, they just work great. I also like my Winsor & Newton watercolors. I have this basic little set, and that's great too. So the rest in here is just like pens and different kinds of paper to paint and draw on, as well as my sketchbook, which is forsaken, so we shall never look at that. This little drawer is just a little portion of all my sewing supplies. I keep like a lot more fabrics in a plastic bag I have, but it's basically like stuffing, and I like to make sock plushies, so there is a lot of socks in here, fabric scissors, thread, and needles, you know, all that basic stuff. And in the last one, this is all of my basic jewelry supplies, so it's stuff for like making necklaces, and pliers, and beads, and just all the small bits and bobs you need to make that kind of stuff. That is what I keep in here. So as you can see, pretty sorted actually for a for a set of drawers compared to the other one. So, but this is also the first one I got, so that kind of makes sense that it's more organized than the new one, because it's kind of like where all the rest of the things had to go, because I didn't have like space for it. The next thing I'll go through is my table up here, with all the basic things there, and lastly, my nerdy little things. Okay, so besides my printer, I have this storage system, which is super nice. It's basically one of those drying racks you could buy at IKEA, and it's meant for like, what is it called, plates and stuff like that, to dry that, but it works perfectly to sort out papers and like bigger things. So it's basically some stationery, notebooks I use to keep track of different things, including cells when I go to cons, my iPad, and a little folder with all the paper I use to package my products and different signs. This is a like miscellaneous thingy, I guess. It's just projects I'm making and things I'm just storing for now. I need to find a place for it later. And right next to it I just have like my decorative in the making project for embroidery. I have this bag that I take with me when I go places and know I have time on my hand. This is where I store like the things I use, like pens, scissors, that stuff. We have my lamp with a little friend attached right there, a little cabin. Right next to that I have my latex gloves, which is super important if you work with UV resin and if you work with resin in general. And if you don't use them, I'll come after you. Don't get cancer, guys, just use gloves. And we have another IKEA product. I like IKEA so much, clearly. So up here I just have a few random things. This is charms I'm working on that's stored in there. And these guys, these are so fun. In here I keep my washi tape collection with proud members like my Pikachu tape and golden accents tapes and such. I just love washi tape. It's kind of a problem, and I actually stopped buying it for a while, so I'm getting better at it. Next up we have ribbons and other kinds of things you use for packaging. A few glitters. These are primarily the big glitters I have, since they don't fit in the resin drawer. My little stamp collection. Here I store some of my glue, including glue for my glue gun that I've kind of taken out of the packaging. You know, when you buy glue gun sticks, they come in a pack of like 12, so when I take those out of the packaging, I just put them in here and they don't disappear. And lastly, in this one, I keep different sizes of bottles because I like to make bottle charms every now and then. And some pearls. And I keep toilet paper on my desk. Every crafter should have this at their disposal and their desk, because we spill paint, we spill water, we spill resin. Just keep one, even if you have a runny nose, it's just nice to have. And lastly, I have my little miscellaneous object basket that I need to like find a space for, which they don't have right now. But that's just how it is. This apartment is still like fairly new, and we need to get some furniture for the bedroom still, to like store everything. But it's coming together, and at least now my desk is kind of done. I just need a few things here and there. But yeah, that's basically my little crafting space, with my little rolly chair, which is super comfortable, by the way, with this lamb thingy. It's just super soft and nice to sit on. Okay, so the last thing I'll have to show you guys before I end this video is my nerdy shelf. I sadly, really sadly, didn't have the prints like at home that I could put up here. They're at my parents' house, and I didn't get them when I moved, so I will show that some other day perhaps, maybe on Instagram, so go and follow me on there. But for now it's just gonna be blank, and I'll just have to get the inspiration from my TV and the stuff I have laying around. So, but this shelf makes me so happy. It has all the series and cute stuff that just makes me smile. First off, I have all my Nintendo games over here, both for the 3DS and the normal Nintendo, as well as a little Pokeball I got from Sky's Art. She made it for me. I have this cute little bunny that Tea House Art made, and Studio Winchu, I think it's called, made me no, this cute little Volcarona Pika baby, which is so adorable. I have this Shaman Pokemon card, my own little avatar, which is standing right there. I made this one myself. We have Eevee up here in an Umbreon costume. And then we have my army of Naruto figurines. We have Jiraiya and Minato, Itachi, Naruto and Gaara. And I really like these two. They are like the bros in my life. I really like Itachi. He's actually my favorite character from the show. And I really liked, I learned to like Sasuke. It took some time. I really hated his character for so long, but now I really enjoy him. So I got them both as Nendroids, so I can post them like anywhere I want. But yeah, they're just adorable. I love them so much. I say adorable while he's like bleeding from his eye, but I love them. They're so cute. Up here we have a few mangas, as well as a few figurines from League of Legends. I'm gonna go and get a chair because my rolling chair is not gonna support me on this adventure. So give me a moment. I found a chair, so let's move up in this world. Okay, so up here I have some League of Legends figurines from Riot's merch store. We have Lulu, which is my all-time favorite champion, followed closely by Jhin. I also really like Lux, but don't play her as much as I used to. But she's also chilling up here. Then we have a few of my favorite mangas. I have Noragami, Orange, just the first edition of the Seven Deadly Sins, and a few One Piece mangas as well. We know that the series is way longer than these 9 ones, so yeah, but I really enjoy these as well as the shows, so I have them up here. Along with those, I have some gachapons, metamons, or didomons, as we call them in English. This is basically an obsession of mine. I love them so much. They are adorable and apparently also really pricey. I buy them on eBay from individual sellers from Japan, which, like, they just sell them. But they're so cute. So we have Alolan Vulpix over here, Shaman, which is clearly one of my all-time favorite Pokemons, Jigglypuff, normal Vulpix, and Leafeon. And both Leafeon and Umbreon are my favorite evolutions. I like both of them equally. Yeah, so that's it for the middle one. And here on the top, we have the goodness of my Naruto manga series. Might you in Danish. Some people might hate me for doing this, but I live in Denmark and I just liked to collect the series when I was younger, so I still have it. Still equally as good. So these are almost every single one of the Naruto series in like Naruto Shippuden, because I'm not really interested in the previous ones, even though I know a lot of people like those, but I prefer Shippuden, so that's what I have to read right here. On top of that, I have my Pusheen limited edition figurines from the first one, and a fall inspired one from, I think, the second year they did it. And in the middle we have my favorite Doctor from Doctor Who, played by Matt Smith, so he's a good boy. And we have the Fuba, I think is how it's pronounced, from Fantastic Beasts. I'm a big fan of owls, and I just love the color combination, and it's just very disturbing. I like the description. If you haven't looked it up, go and look it up. Fuba. I'll have it on the screen. And lastly, we have this magnificent piece. I like to refer to this one as my childhood pyramid, because when I grew up, I basically grew up on these films and these shows. So at the bottom we have all the Winnie the Pooh classical characters, and we have Aristocats in the second layer, which I watched to death when I was little. I loved it so much. Then we have Bambi up here, and lastly we have Stitch. So that's basically my little childhood pyramid, a project I worked on for so long, because when I started to collect these Tsum Tsums, which is what they're called, they started to discontinue them, so they were really hard to find when I collected these. So I'm so happy that I have them right now. I don't know what they're doing now with them actually, but I hope they are not discontinuing them. So, but yeah, that's basically all the shelves of my little unit here. And yeah, it just makes me happy. So many things on here that mean something to me, or just puts a smile on my stupid face. I'm gonna walk down from the chair now. Yeah, so that's basically it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this kind of longer vlog-styled video. I don't know if you did, but if you did, make sure to leave me a big thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. I would like to know. And leave me a comment if you found anything interesting on my desk, you have any questions about, or any questions for materials and such. But yeah, stay safe guys, and keep crafting, since you have the time for it. See you later. Bye!